I'm Joseph.
And I'm Nick.
This is Fish Jelly.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, since we won't have a recording again until after, well, at least Christmas.
Right. Well, next weekend.
Yeah.
And Christmas will have come and gone again.
And there are other holidays in there too. Kwanzaa and Hanukkah,
That's
I believe.
True. Yes. It's all...
I don't care about any holidays, so forgive me. Winter solstice, I don't know. Whatever the witches celebrate. But I hope everyone's enjoying. Thank you to the people who've sent us things. It's very lovely. We will accept gifts until the end of the year, after which they will be counted for 2026.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. So if you want to...
So you still have time. P.O. Box listed below.
If you want to make an offering to the gods.
To the gods.
To the cinema gods.
Who can't do anything.
For a good harvest next year, yeah.
Yeah. Actually. All right. Speaking of cinema, which is, I guess, what we're always talking about, President Obama put out his list of favorite films.
Oh, yes. I saw that. I didn't read the list, though.
Oh, so I'll tell you.
Okay.
They don't appear to be in any particular order. One battle after another.
Okay.
Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
It Was Just an Accident.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that one.
You should be, but it's good. Yeah. The
Hamnet.
Okay.
Sentimental Value. I'm not familiar with that one either.
You should see that too, but yeah.
No Other Choice.
You're going to be watching that this week.
The Secret Agent.
Uh-huh.
Train Dreams. J. Kelly. Ugh. Good Fortune. I'm not familiar with that.
That is the Keanu Reeves, Aziz Ansari film we didn't cover.
Lastly, Orwell 2 + 2 = 5.
That's also great. A bunch of those are in that neon box that I have.
Oh.
The Orwell docs, highly recommended. We didn't cover it, but the great Raoul Peck directed it. But of course, a very timely film.
But no surprise, he puts out his list of favorites of the year, books, music, movies. He appears to have quite good, diverse taste.
Yes, I miss the days. Did you look at John Waters' list? He puts out a list every year too.
No.
Oh, John Waters. There's always some crossover. He's always got a few films that are on my top 10, but his number one this year. He's also a bit of a contrarian too, because I think his number one film was Eddington, which I don't love that film.
Now I'm looking at his list. Mm-hmm. Number 10, The Empire. Number 9, My Mom Jane, which is a documentary.
The Empire's the Bruno Dumont, yeah.
Number 8, When Fall is Coming.
Francois Ozon, that's fun.
Number 7, Misericordia.
You've seen that? That's good.
Number 6, Room Temperature.
I have not seen that.
Number 5, Sauna. I've seen that.
We covered that. Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Seurat.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Oslo Trilogy.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Dream, Sex, Love.
Number 2, Final Destination Bloodlines. Oh, interesting. And like you said, his number one choice is Eddington.
My Mom Jane is, I think we talked about it in the movies we watch for fun. That was quite a moving documentary. I wasn't expecting to feel the way I did watching that.
Someone messaged us last week from Atlanta saying they were at work and across the street from their job, Tyler Perry was filming Beauty in Black.
Ooh.
And they mentioned the scene they saw being shot was the gay brother and a team of ninjas going into a building, which sounds crazy, but I can totally see it. Him wanting revenge on his family or someone. So I'm excited for that.
Well, I'm told. I received an email about that it's going to be the third and final season.
Great.
Promises.
Paul Dano responded on a podcast to Quentin Tarantino's comments about him.
Yeah.
And he basically mocked Tarantino, saying he's a deranged man in the sunset years of his career.
Ooh.
And then Paul Dano wrote a poem that he recited.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, did you?
No.
I'll read part of it because I think part of it wasn't that great. So the part that I think works. What movie director's weak sauce drowns in the gallons of gloss, talks past depth calls, echoes art like borrowed souls of recycled heart? Okay. He was awkward in the video, but clearly was bothered enough by Tarantino's comments to say something. And the host of whatever show he was on, I didn't quite catch what it was. They didn't really seem to understand what he was talking about. So it was all awkward. This entire situation's awkward.
It is.
But I'm glad, I guess, Paul Dano felt like he had a platform to say something back.
I like clapping back with poetry. The Romantics used to do that, of course. And sometimes my pull quotes are poems, as you know.
Moving on. Josh Grobin and Jenifer Hudson are going on tour this summer, and I just think that is a strange pairing. I've seen Josh Grobin in concert. Oh. He's very talented as a vocalist.
But what about a performer?
I mean, he's also a park and bark. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't do much. But I mean, it was spectacular listening to him, and his style is so different from Jenifer Hudson's. I'm assuming she's going to be doing covers to match the crowd there to see Josh Grobin. But again, I still think it's weird because if people are going there to see Jenifer Hudson, they're probably not going to get like her original music. Anyway, I thought that was an odd pairing.
I mean, sounds like a great thematic version of the lyrics of her song Spotlight.
James Cameron has been talking a lot in general, and I'm not interested in going over a lot of things he said, except in response to the future of Avatar, he basically said he'll walk away if it underperforms, but has ideas for up to movie 7. Oh. It just feels so uninspired. Like hearing him talk about Avatar.
Well, the fact that he said that, it's just like, you're tired, it seems like, of this world as well.
Well, the movies are tired. It took 16 years to get to this. That just feels like it's the same movie, but better visuals.
Yeah.
So I saw comments of people saying it's basically a tech demo, and I didn't know that language, or I would have said it. But yeah, I think this is just like, look what I can do.
Well, I thought parts of 4 and 5 already were shot. Like some things were shot. It's out.
Well, then something else I read mentioned that maybe it would live on, but other people would direct them, and
maybe I don't need any of that. But
it's just not interesting enough. But we've already talked about it in 3 reviews, so I don't need to. Oh, excuse me, I don't need to rehash it all. But the main point I was making is that he just sounds kind of bored and tired of it.
Yes,
which echoes how I feel about it.
And I don't know, the Sigourney, I really want her to do other projects. She's 76. Yeah, let's get her out of James Cameron's jail.
But it should have a good opening weekend.
I think it's already kind of underperforming.
Oh, is it?
A little bit. But who knows? I mean, I don't wish
that for the film.
No, but the thing is, like, this thing costs so much money. It really, it really bears the burden of having to really make that money. But I'd be fine if everybody decides that it's time to move on.
I will occasionally listen to Michelle Obama and her brother Craig Robinson's podcast, in my opinion, when they have guests I'm interested in. And recently they had Jenifer Lewis, and I'm very familiar with Miss Jenifer Lewis.
Yeah.
And I read her book, and I listen to anything, like any interview she gives. Although I don't think I've ever watched or listened to an interview of her, like on a podcast, straight through. You have to take breaks.
Just like the interviewers feel.
But I have to say, for people who are interested in watching someone with bipolar disorder who is a star and needs all the attention being interviewed by someone as poised as Michelle Obama, you have to watch this interview. It is so interesting because, first of all, Michelle's older brother, he just seems taken aback by Jenifer Lewis. Like he's very fond of her as a fan of her work. Mm-hmm. And he's very familiar with her, but it's just like he it seems like early on in the interview, he just gives up and lets his sister talk. But listening to Michelle, she's very funny. She's very quick. And she was giving me like a really good like third grade school teacher.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to keep you on track.
Yes.
And I'm going to call you out. And you need to know this about yourself. And that's what Michelle was doing. Like, basically saying, we need to keep you on track. We need to say this. She would stop her and say, okay, for the audience who doesn't understand what this is. It was kind of spectacular.
Well, you expect nothing less from Michelle Obama.
But the interview was basically, Michelle explains kind of like 5 or 10 minutes into this hour-long interview that part of this interview is Jenifer Lewis workshopping her one-woman show. So we get moments where Jenifer Lewis is reading things she's written for the show, which is actually quite helpful because at least it keeps her on track while she's reading, even though she really doesn't answer a single question. Because the first question I think that they get to after it takes 10 minutes to settle down is, you seem so comfortable in your skin because you're mentioning you're 68 and you now feel like you're settled. And then Michelle says, as a Black woman who's also in her 60s, like, I'm starting to feel that, and I'm curious, when did it really hit you? And then it's like, oh, she's just going to talk about whatever she wants to talk about. So the entire interview is like that. She didn't mention anything I didn't know. A lot of it is from the book. But Jenifer Lewis really is funny and really is captivating.
Oh, she's a personality. Yeah.
So it's really funny. She talks about her friends who died of AIDS. She talks about her sex addiction. At a point, so in the beginning, when Michelle mentions that part of this interview is Jenifer Lewis workshopping her one-woman show, Jenifer mentions that she has a song she's going to sing.
Oh my God.
And then Michelle's like, I understand that you have a song about me, so I want to hear it. So the entire interview goes, and then if the interview is like an hour, 16 minutes, at the hour 14-minute mark, it's like Michelle's been trying to end the interview for 14 minutes. And then she goes, oh my gosh, wait, we can't end until I hear my song. And Jenifer Lewis starts singing the song. And first of all, it was giving Mary J. Blige singing to Hillary Clinton.
Ooh, I remember. God.
Except funny because the song that Jenifer Lewis sang, which is supposed to be part of her new one-woman show, it's called Black Don't Crack. And it's actually quite funny.
As you would, yeah, of course.
But she just mentions Michelle Obama. She mentions a lot of notable Black women. And it's it's a humorous sort of love letter to Black women, but also clowning like how white women age like milk, and it feels dated, but still.
So Michelle's like, I'm just in a list of names and that's not.
She gets her own like line, but yeah, it's
okay.
The way Michelle said it in the beginning was like, I think there's a song about me.
That's like Beyonce saying, Grace Jones, I say your name twice. Like, okay.
Also, the editing of this episode, you can tell that they had a difficult time.
Well, I still remember because you used to listen to RuPaul's podcast, so vicariously I experienced that. And because RuPaul interviewed her, and even Ru's commentary was like, "Ooh, she's a lot."
Oh, Michelle tells Jenifer Lewis, "You're too much," but not like to her face, like "You're too much." She goes, "Oh, I could see how you had a hard time because you are too much, and people probably were afraid to work with you,
and to take someone with a strong constitution to rein you in." Yeah.
She also talks about her diagnosis, treatment, her sex addiction, which is kind of funny because she's like, yeah, I struggled. Because Michelle asked her, like, I want to talk about your sex addiction. She's like, yeah, it was in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s. Michelle's like, damn, when did it end? Yesterday? But throughout the interview, Jenifer Lewis keeps laughing like, Michelle, you are funny.
She's funny.
Craig's over here not saying shit, but Michelle is funny. So I recommend it, especially if you know Jenifer Lewis or if you know the former First Lady of the United States. It's a good interview. Moving on to the restaurant section. We finally tried the Melt, which is a chain.
Not by choice.
Well, that's the more interesting part. The Melt was fine. The burgers were fine. They're compared to what most restaurants charge. It's pretty affordable.
It's affordable. I got that spicy one, the jalapeno one.
You were sweating.
Oh, well, I mean, my bald head always gets sweaty, but
not as sweaty as Glenn Powell though.
No,
because he did his episode of Hot Ones, and that man was drenched. You always get a few beads.
I do. Chipotle always does that to me too for some reason. But I love spicy food. But they weren't
playing.
They put a lot of jalapenos on there with seeds, and yeah.
But so it was fine. I would go there again. It's kind of convenient. In a pinch, I guess.
Where were we trying to go? Oh,
we tried to go to Formosa Cafe, and there was some weird note on the door. Do you recall what it said?
They had some kind of maintenance issue.
But prior to walking, so we parked at the Target Center in West Hollywood, which is where Formosa Cafe is. But before
we had to,
the reason we were there initially is because you had said, "Oh, let's try Robbie's West Hollywood."
Because it used to be,
one of those like crawfish
things,
or what do you call them? Like the seafood boil.
It was like rock and crawfish,
like where they dumped that bag on the table.
Yes,
and we went once with an old friend.
Remember, I put all those crawfish on my fingers.
I think I have
have a picture because it looked like Freddy Krueger.
I should find that. I don't know how I would ever find that picture.
It's messy, and everything ends up tasting the same.
Did you? I think I ordered like chicken fingers because I'm not eating that shit.
I can't believe you even walked in there with us. But
well, I do my charity and I don't get any credit. But anyway,
you get plenty of credit.
Did you like that experience?
I mean, I love seafood too, but again, though, I remember the shit that came in the bags and all the stuff. The several things we ordered, they all kind of taste the same. That's not my favorite way to eat.
I think for the price, I would want something a little more elegant. I don't want to sit at a table covered in plastic with like a bag, like a trash bag filled with food, and then everyone's wearing bibs and it's messy and it smells and then I paid $200. Like, okay.
I mean, seafood is I like it a lot, but usually for the price and what you get, I've said this many times. I'm consistently disappointed. But also, again, when I'm buying shrimp, I don't want to do all the work. I don't want to take tails off. I don't want to devein them. I want to eat them easily. I don't understand.
That makes me think of the time. This was back when we lived in South Bay, and I was craving catfish, that Louisiana hot sauce. And we went to a place, and we ordered catfish nuggets.
Yeah.
And do you remember how much hair was in those catfish nuggets?
Yeah, I think there was
and there was like an Asian lady working, and she had like a length of dark hair, and I'm like, I think this is her hair all up and through these catfish nuggets.
It was threaded, yeah.
But that didn't stop me.
Surprisingly.
Well, you know why? And I say this to people all the time is when I was doing hair, I always think about, y'all don't realize how much dandruff and hair I swallowed or breathed in. Because when you're blow drying people, especially if they have dry scalp, it just blows in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of that have I eaten? The amount of hair that has gotten in my mouth.
And at least this is deep fried. So
and at least this is deep fried. So for as picky as I seem and for the rants I throw, if I'm at a restaurant and there's hair in my food, I won't even say anything. I'll keep eating it.
See, my dad we had a scene at Red Lobster once. And my dad, who's also bald.
There was a Red Lobster in Hibbing?
No, Duluth.
Oh.
And my parents usually they had shrimp nachos there at the time.
Shrimp nachos? Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Oh no, they were so good. It was decadent. And as a kid, of course, I thought that was a lot.
Nacho cheese?
Yeah,
or like a shrimp scampi sauce.
Not shrimp scampi.
That could be cute.
Not scampi. Like
nachos. It was like just like nacho cheese on shrimp,
but a bunch of other ingredients. It was.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
My parents really enjoyed it too. But my dad's bald, but he used to grow his beard long, he'd look Amish almost. It would be, half a foot. It'd be 6, 7, 8 inches of beard he'd have, and he found a hair in those shrimp nachos.
Not a hair.
He found hair and got them for free. He liked doing shit like that.
And we know damn well that was his hair, the nachos.
Yes, but he always laughs gleefully and tells that story. He's like, that waitress looked at me and she knew it was my hair.
God.
Yeah.
But every time we eat with him, he does always ask what he can get for free.
Oh, talk about personality. Yeah, he does. And
he is a delightful man. Well, yes. But
he's a lot.
He's a lot.
And the way whoever is waiting on us at whatever restaurant, they are put through it.
They are
a bit, and some people don't roll well with that.
And then your mom sent us her annual box of Christmas cookies, which I was thinking, recently I was asked, do I have any holiday? Well, I think specifically they said Christmas traditions. And I always freeze, but I think my Christmas tradition is your mom's Christmas cookies.
She does like clockworks, and she always makes the same, 5 things? And petizza.
And it's just a problem because it's all so good.
They are good.
And then some years we're like, let's freeze it so we don't eat it so fast.
What are those? And
then all I do is just pull it out and let it.
I know.
Like I pre-time when I'm going to eat.
Or I non that shit frozen too.
Or you'll just eat frozen shit.
Mm-hmm. But my favorite.
What's your favorite?
The pecan tassies that she makes.
Yeah. Those are the caramelly.
No, those are the ones that are like a little.
Oh, like a little bucket.
A little bucket of yum num.
Yes, those are very good. But then there's the ones that used to be walnut, but she switched up because I'm allergic to walnuts.
Yes, it took her a minute, but
those are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's like some sort of bark.
Yeah, that's a newer thing.
And I don't know what that is, but it's so good because at first I'm like, oh, I don't really like salted caramel pretzel chocolatey stuff. Like I just don't like that. So that's what it looks like. But then you bite into it and it has like this rich creaminess to it. I don't know what that is, but it's so good.
And then Mexican wedding cakes,
which if I had to rank them, that would be lowest.
Probably, but it's kind of like a, biscotti. It's good with coffee.
Oh, they're good. Yeah, for sure. But something else that I don't even know what it is. It reminds me of something you'd find at the panaderia. It's almost like gingerbread. They're soft. With
it's those. I forget what those are called. They're like there's a cherry in them.
There's
actually,
a cherry,
but they're like they're shaped like jingle bells.
It's almost like a pop. It's almost like when you go to a restaurant and they serve like their version of a Pop-Tart, kind of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are really good
because I think that there's a cherry in it, but there's something else in the middle.
Yeah, it's not just a cherry on top. There's something stuffed in it.
I forget. It's like dates or something, really. But
whatever it is, it's really good.
It's moist.
And then we have to give an update since there was engagement on the Ina Garden brownie pudding. So you did make it.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think that it's better the day after.
It is definitely better once it's been refrigerated.
But then it just tastes like really gooey brownie material.
Which I love.
Which I guess is like pudding, but yeah.
First of all, you had never worked with a whole vanilla bean?
No, that was new for me.
That's expensive.
That shit was $18, and it looks like a brown tapeworm in a jar.
And it was $18 for 2.
No, 1.
You paid $18 for 1?
1 bean. That was all that was in the jar.
Oh, I thought I saw 2 beans.
No, it was just looped around.
So
like a worm.
To make those brownies was like $30-$40.
Well, because I also had to buy...
Because you had to buy Chambord.
Yep.
Which you only use like a... Tablespoon of. But then we were drinking it like...
Oh, yeah.
like
well,
Kool-Aid.
All we had was tequila. But...
so those are very expensive brownies to make. I would suggest that you could just make them with vanilla extract and no well, we have the Chambord. But what I loved is that it tastes like an uncooked brownie, but because you bake it in a water bath, it cooks the eggs. So you're not eating raw egg, but it still has so that's the gag of this recipe, is that you're basically making what tastes like uncooked brownies.
Yes.
But the way you make them cooks it. Yeah. It was delicious when you first made it with ice cream, but then once it sat and cooled, it was very good on its own.
But it made me feel, when we ate it warm with ice cream, like, what is the difference with anything here?
It's almost less convincing when it's fresh and warm, because then it just tastes like, well, I mean, you get the same effect.
Like chocolate lava cake.
Well, exactly. Or just fresh out the oven brownies usually kind of feel a little bit like that.
Freshness. But that vanilla, I've never cooked with the vanilla bean, but I had to scrape the particles out from inside it, and there's a difference in flavor.
Oh, if people want to send vanilla beans, they can.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Send vanilla beans to the P.O. box. It's like, don't buy us vanilla beans.
I mean,
like don't use your money, but if you have like a vanilla farm,
I grew up with baking a lot because I was grounded all the time, but My mom was like, imitation vanilla, good enough for my family.
Yeah, if you work at Whole Foods or Bristol Farms and you want to stick it to the man and steal a bunch, well, don't steal. Actually, I'm not advocating stealing.
Well, we all do what we need to do to survive.
If you do, don't tell me about it.
Well, yet don't admit to it on the record.
Okay, there is something in the sorry to this man section. I had mentioned, you were talking about Sheryl Crow, I think on Patreon.
Yeah.
And I had said she was
I know
his guitarist, but she's not. She wasn't his guitarist. She was his backup singer. Which I'm embarrassed that I messed that up. And then there's something else that's like a reverse sorry to this man.
Well, why? You don't like her, so why are you feeling bad?
Well, I should know Michael Jackson's lore better than to think Sheryl Crow was a guitarist, because I can picture the guitarist in my head who I was thinking of, and it's not Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I just defer to you. So
anyway, another point is that someone notated, because last week we had said that we mistakenly identified John Abrahams as the person who blasted Anna Faris with semen in Scary Movie. But someone pointed out that actually Anna Faris gets blasted by semen in both Scary Movie 1 and 2 by John Abrahams and Chris Masterson, respectively. Yes. I'm not verifying any of this
because I haven't seen those
so
in
I
years.
would love for people in the comments to keep going with all the errors in this, and I'll just keep reading them, but I'm not checking.
Well, I'm sure we'll rewatch those eventually, maybe before the new one comes out.
I rewatched Scary Movie 4, I think it was, not too long ago, and I was laughing. So I would like to rewatch the first two at least.
That's kind of like how you corrected me about something, because in both Halloween and Psycho, there's somebody with a same last name that is escaping me now.
Oh, well, are you going to make us wait, or?
Well, I'm trying to check. You don't remember that, of course. Okay.
Then I'll move on. Films released we didn't cover. The voice of Hind Rajab.
Loomis. Yeah, the Donald Pleasance character. There's a Loomis in Psycho and Halloween. Anyway, yes.
Do you feel vindicated?
I do.
So you're just petty. Okay.
I'm not It's for all of us to learn.
Oh, that's your attitude? Except when you make the error? Okay.
No, I learn from my errors.
Oh, do you? The voice of Hind Rajab.
Kauthar Ben Hania, which I can't remember if won second or third place in Venice this year, but I had asked you if you wanted to cover it and you didn't respond to me. But this is definitely a harrowing film experience, because it's based on the recordings of a young Palestinian girl that was murdered, and the hours spent trying to get her help as she's being shot at in a car in Gaza. It's definitely a hard watch.
And then Breakdown 1975.
This sounds good. I think it's a new documentary that just dropped on Netflix by Morgan Neville, who did 20 Feet from Stardom. And it's looking at kind of a watershed year in American cinema, 1975.
Projects of interest. So I knew A Different World was being rebooted on Netflix, but you had sent me an article saying that Kadeem Hardison, Jasmine Guy, Cree Summer, and Daryl M. Bell are going to reprise their roles in A Different World. That's very exciting to me. Whitley, Jasmine Guy's character from A Different World, is like such a huge part of my adolescence. I thought she was the most fabulous thing ever. So to see her reprise that role would be amazing. Of course, I like Cree Summer. What's the vampire movie with Kadeem Hardison we reviewed on Patreon?
Death by Temptation.
It was not very good.
But
it had a fabulous villain.
Oh yeah, the lady vampire is amazing.
And it's not a queer film, but it is.
It's about as queer as Koreeda's Monster is queer.
While the director and writer and star is. I mean, I think obviously gay. We spent a lot of time trying to research this person and couldn't find any info about him, but he seems very gay. And Kadeem Hardison in some interviews talking about the movie.
From the period, yeah.
From the period.
Because wasn't he on Howard Stern?
He was on Howard Stern with Sally Kirkland.
With Sally Kirkland, yes.
Oh, that's an interesting interview. Kadeem Hardison, Sally Kirkland, Howard Stern, look it up. But yeah, Kadeem Hardison seemed kind of like, I don't want to say he didn't want to promote the film, but I think he realized that this was not quite what he expected. But the villain in it is this beautiful woman
who's kind of Tessa Thompson-ish.
Yeah, and she didn't go on to do much, but she's the reason to watch the movie.
And she was married to some other actor. I don't remember now, but yeah.
And also the vibe of that film is, I think it would, you know what, if it were playing at a cute little theater somewhere, I would go see it.
And isn't the lead character's grandma, I think that's, Terrence Howard's grandma.
And there's another notable actor, I think it's like, isn't it like in the end, the guy, he's the undercover cop who sits at the bar, who ends up getting.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I'm excited. I would definitely watch.
It's Bill Nunn, right? Isn't it Bill Nunn?
No.
Yes, Bill Nunn is in Death by Temptation.
But he's not the undercover cop.
I'm pretty sure he is. Remember, because he's hitting on all the women.
Yeah, that's not Bill Nunn, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, then I'm probably wrong. Sorry.
Radio Raheem. Yeah.
It is Bill Nunn. Yeah.
Oh, Sammy Jackson. That's who we were forgetting about. Is in it? He's the minister.
Oh, he's the minister. Mm-hmm. That's right. Cynthia Bond is the villain. She's the vampire.
Yeah, she's the best part.
Yeah, who did she marry?
I thought it was some French actor or somebody.
Huh. And J.B. Blanc.
And Melba Moore.
Okay, I got off track.
Anyway, why do we start talking about that?
I don't know. Oh, Kadeem Hardison. A Different World reboot. He'll be in it. Excited. This past week on Patreon, we reviewed the Coriata film Monster and a Christmas holiday classic, Love Actually.
Oh, God.
Which is kind of a fun review because I couldn't stand that movie. And I know some of y'all really like this movie.
We put this on, and sometimes it's subconscious. Like I was groaning, and Joseph's like, "Are you gonna do that the whole movie?" And then this month, you were groaning. You were groaning.
Yeah, but you do this thing where it's like you feel put out, but then you force, like, you initiate all this. You're torturing yourself and me.
Well,
but I know people like Love Actually. I think people love Love Actually. I can see why people watch it, but I had issues. If you want to know what they are, you can pay us to listen on Patreon. Okay, once again, the obituary section has a number of entries, which is upsetting. First, we have Anthony Geary. He's an American actor who was known for his soap opera work, specifically General Hospital.
His eye imagery of, I think I had a conversation. I think my talking to him about as a child with my mom was how I discovered what a perm was.
Really?
Because I remember talking about his hair with my mom, because he had very distinct curly hair
on the show. I was not familiar with him. The only reason this caught my attention is his husband, who they'd been together. They only got married like 6 years ago, but they had been together for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote a little thing and talked about their life in Amsterdam, which is where he died sort of unexpectedly days after a surgery that they didn't explain what it was, but that this was not something they had anticipated. But that was sad. And I'm sure his husband's devastated. So Anthony Geary died at 78. We have Carl Carlton, an R&B singer who I definitely know his song, She's a Bad Mama Jamma.
Yes.
Which Foxy Brown and Drew Hill have a version, I think, called Big Bad Mama from, oh God, what's the movie with Bill Bellamy? How to Be a Player.
Oh, yeah.
That song's actually on my gym mix, but you also know his song Everlasting Love because you like the Gloria Estefan.
I grew up, well, I was a kid and my mom had that album and probably helped me in my homosexual journey. But and I think it's all drag queens with Gloria in that video, in the music video. But yeah, the original is fantastic as well, and it's used in that one. What's that one Eddie Murphy movie with the little girl? Is it 1,000 Words or something?
Oh.
It's used touchingly in that movie too.
But he died at the age of 73. Then we have Rachel Carpani. She was an Australian actress, best known for, I think, a show called McLeod's Daughters, but she was only 45.
I'm not familiar with her. McLeod's, is that a... Oh, McLeod, not like Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod Highlander.
Oh, did I say it incorrectly?
No, I think you said it just fine, but my mind was there.
It's a soap opera. But yeah, she died at 45. Then we have Joan Gregson. She's an actress known for It Chapter 2, Hollywood Land, and Awake. She died at the age of 92, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Isn't she in Welcome to Derry?
Then we have Gil Gerard, an American actor who was known for portraying Buck Rogers in the television show Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. He died at the age of 82.
Mm-hmm.
Rosa von Praunheim,
mm-hmm.
a German film director.
A major voice of queer cinema and the new German wave. I've actually never watched anything, but for a long time on my radar, what I've been wanting to see, it has a long title. It's called "It Is Not the Homosexual is Perverse, but the Society in Which He Lives."
I think both are true. Anyway,
they can be. It's not a given.
And then, of course, Rob Reiner died.
Oh my God!
Along with his wife,
mm-hmm.
Michelle Singer.
Mm-hmm.
They were murdered, and their son is charged with the murder.
He's the alleged murderer. Yeah. This news broke last Sunday, so obviously we had already recorded the podcast, and we were watching Song Sung Blue, and that headline came up, and I paused the movie because I was shocked.
And also, like, I actually know Rob Reiner. Like, usually I'm not familiar, but I am. Well, I had watched This Is Spinal Tap for the first time for the podcast.
Yes.
And was blown away. But I already knew Rob Reiner from All in the Family.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know other movies that he's been in and directed.
Yes.
So I know who this person is. I know he's a big deal. I think on the back of the opera singer who was murdered by a family member.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have this situation. It's crazy.
Well, and all the details that have come out because of the party at Conan O'Brien's the night before, where it seems an argument started that probably continued at home.
And that the son, Nick, was diagnosed as schizophrenic.
So you can already know what the defense is going to be. They're going to say was adjusting medications and was out of his mind. And
well, which could be true. And is unfortunate.
It is.
But what to say about Rob Reiner? He has a pretty prolific career.
Yeah, well, both he and his brother Carl. We're going to be watching one of Carl's films this week. Summer School, by the way. I don't know. I mean, I grew up with Stand By Me and Princess Bride and Misery. I mean, he, and also learning. I didn't realize how prolific he was as an ally for the queer community, and
I didn't know that either until
his political activism. And I don't know. He just seemed like a nice man. He seemed like a really sweet, nice man who was smart and talented, and he has some iconic films to his name. So it's depressing.
Yeah. The secret film this week was your choice, and you chose the 2015 American drama Being Charlie, directed by Rob Reiner, written by his son Nick Reiner. I think it's obvious why you chose this film.
Yeah.
You read a Letterboxd comment about this movie, and the person said, because they posted it, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And what did it say?
I think I'm watching this.
So
I talk to you. Usually the secret film is like you might not know until the day of, but I said I wanted to do Rob Reiner, and there were preferably something I hadn't seen before. And I was aware of this film. I was at TIFF 2015, and I remember people complaining about this movie, but I'd never seen it. And, I didn't want to be in poor taste, but I think like a lot of people catching up with this movie that's a decade old is trying to maybe try to look for something and understand and appreciate what Rob Reiner was doing with even making this film written by his son. And so that's why this was it.
I thought we'd start with pull quotes for the film.
Oh,
Do you want to give us yours?
Sure. This is going to sound cruel, but it's no reflection.
Nick, cruel? What? What?
I don't think, well, cruel. I don't know that. I hope people don't think that of me. Anyhow, while Being Charlie was assumedly paved with good intentions and features a committed performance from Nick Robinson, it is a gratingly banal experience about a privileged, dysfunctional child who has nothing interesting to say in what feels like the most basic and boring depiction of addiction one might ever encounter.
Well, mine. Being Charlie struggles to be more than an unremarkable addiction story, landing closer to an unfunny satirical after-school special than a gripping drama.
Yeah, I would rather watch that. What's that one with Linda Blair where she's an alcoholic?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, first of all, this is written by Nick Reiner and Matt Elisofon, and apparently they met in rehab.
Yes.
So you have these two addicts who went to rehab together who write a story about a kid who's fighting rehab. It feels like it's semi-autobiographical. We understand that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What is the basic premise? A would-be governor's addicted son goes down the long, rough road of rehab, fighting against recovery every inch of the way. That makes it seem dramatic and gripping. It is so basic. It's about this rich kid whose dad is a famous actor turned politician.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is 18 years old. We see him break out of rehab in like Utah to go back to California to, I guess, go stay in one of his parents' mansions.
Yes.
Because we see they have at least two. And the dad is like, well, I can't be preoccupied with this. You need to go to rehab.
He goes, and I said, no.
Because I'm running for governor and the election's coming up. So we see the kid go to rehab, leave. The election happens. The kid hits rock bottom. We'll get to all of it.
Does he? Is that rock bottom?
Well, that's what we need to get to because I don't think it is.
I mean, I think his friend hits rock bottom.
And then after,
which is death.
And then after rock bottom, he basically decides to just go off on his own, which is like, really? Because you do need your parents' financial support.
Yeah.
And then we're going to totally get to this, but a sort of side thought is that this addicted 18-year-old rich kid likes stand-up comedy.
Yes.
And so we see that maybe that's what he does with his life is become a stand. Like, it's not even the final scene. It's playing during the credits.
Yes.
That he's doing stand-up somewhere. Like, okay. But man, okay, I'm not super into, like, it's not so much talking about Rob Reiner and his son and the murder as much as like, if this is semi-autobiographical, it echoes of like, I mean, I'm assuming that Nick Reiner infused some of what he felt into this script.
Yeah, and the little bit I read about, you know, of course, because of the tragedy that has just happened, comments resurfaced about, you know, what Reiner said about making this film is that it was difficult to make this and it dredged up a lot of memories. And I can imagine that this was a really cathartic experience, but also a limiting one as a filmmaker, because I'm assuming it's like I give my kid like I'm putting my kid. He's getting a writer. He's going to become part of the writers union. He could this could set him off on a course to be a screenwriter. Like that, there are all kinds of possibilities that could come out of making this project with his child, and I can't fault him obviously for making that, but it doesn't seem like this was made by somebody that was trying to rock the boat anyway.
Well, aside from knowing what happened to the director and writer, it feels like I'm a rich kid. My dad's a famous director. Also, Nick Reiner was 22 when this movie.
Yeah.
So
a baby. Yeah.
Which I'm going to get to how immature and like shallow this story feels. But it's like, I'm this 22-year-old rich kid with addiction issues. I'm assuming mental health issues. I don't know. Did Nick Reiner go to college? I don't know what. Like, I don't know this person's backstory, but it definitely feels like, oh, he didn't. Oh, so it echoes the character in the movie that he didn't graduate high school and didn't go to college. So you're this rich kid, flunky, addict
flunky
who, well, that's how he reads. I'm not talking
about Nick Reiner. I haven't heard that word in a minute.
Rich kid, addict flunky with a famous parent, and you need to do this for me, Dad. You don't do anything for me. It's like, I don't do anything for you except provide you with this lavish life and put you in rehab 30 times. Make this movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, so if your dad's a director and like a prolific director who people consider to be talented, you know that he read this script and was like, this ain't it. But my son is pressuring me. He's threatening me. We're going to make this movie. That's how this movie feels, because it feels so uninspired. It's not even on autopilot. It's like Rob Reiner was like, I just have to get through this.
Yeah, and I'd be curious to know like how much Reiner felt like he had kind of creative control over this, or maybe it felt like I have to defer to everything my son says.
Cary Elwes plays the father in this movie, and of course worked with Rob Reiner on The Princess Bride.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it feels like maybe he called in a favor. Mm-hmm. Like, would you do this movie? We'll get to Cary Elwes' performance, but it definitely feels like Rob Reiner was just like, do what you're gonna do
and go
and go. And I'm not gonna direct. I'm not gonna tell anyone what to do. Everyone. Cary Elwes feels like he's like just doing something that doesn't quite work for me until the very end. Mm-hmm. Common is in the movie as like the person who manages the halfway house the main character goes to. Common feels so stiff.
Well, but also that role is, I don't know what he could have done with that role.
I don't know. Nick Robinson as the main character, he's okay.
He's okay, but you know, he seems like a spoiled young white guy that's just like who's really repellent. But the performance by him seemed committed and fine. But
well, here, let's go through the story. So in the opening, we see Charlie, Nick Robinson's character, the 18-year-old privileged but troubled teen, leave treatment and then break a window in a church.
And what a lovely window it was.
A stained glass window. He then hitchhikes very easily. Some random person picks him up, tells him that, oh, I can drive you to like the bus stop. I need to drop off my mom first. The mom is in the back seat dying of lung cancer with like strapped to an oxygen mask.
While Charlie
lights up a cigarette in the front seat of this truck. Goes back to the house, asks if he can use the bathroom. While he's in the bathroom, of course, rummages through the medicine cabinets, steals some Oxy, gets back in the car to drive to the bus stop. The driver realizes, oh, you stole my mom's.
Wow.
And then kicks him out.
Wow. This child, right away, I'm like, no survival skills.
Okay, so he gets to, I guess, LA and meets his best friend.
Played by Devon Bostick, who apparently is a thirst trap, according to Letterboxd comments.
I mean, the two of them, they are nice looking kids, but the best friend, at first you think like, oh, this best friend's written so oddly, because I can't tell if I think he's a good friend trying to support his buddy or he's just a mess. But I mean, I guess we'll get to it. Anyway, when his best friend drops him off at his parents' house, it appears they live in like the hills in this beautiful mansion fit for a movie star.
Or the housemaid.
And when Charlie gets there, his parents are sitting on the couch. Some guy comically walks out of the bathroom dressed like every interventionist on the A&E show Intervention, even with a ponytail. And then that's when Charlie realizes, oh, this is an intervention. And his dad tells him, you only have one choice. Well, you have two choices. You go to rehab or you go live on the street.
Hit the streets.
And then the mother is crafted so, I mean, it's just the most basic depiction of like, I can't, like, my love for my son is harming him because I can't stick to my guns or whatever.
Played by Susan Misner, who seems too young, I thought. But also, we get random details about the mother that suggest that she's part of the problem.
Oh, we're going to get to that. Charlie gets to rehab and is acting a fool. And it's all very, I mean, it's just all the most broad strokes of like, I've done this a bunch before. I know exactly what you're going to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
The head of the rehab facility, that guy's name is Travis, I believe. That character was so annoying.
Travis is common.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's the, oh yeah, what's the name of the? Drake.
Ricardo Chavira.
He was annoying. I'm sorry.
Because
but you know what it feels like? It feels like the kind of, like two people who went to rehab, that's how they would write that character.
Mm-hmm. From their perspective.
Mm-hmm. Like you're money hungry.
And he's inept for sure. Mm-hmm.
But while he starts acting up and Drake calls Cary Elwes.
Mm-hmm.
And Cary Elwes tells Charlie, listen, you're going to do this treatment. I don't have time for this shit. I'm running a campaign. The elections are in a month. You're going to do this. Also, you're in trouble for that stunt you pulled in Utah. They want to press charges, but I pulled some strings. And basically, if you stay in rehab and complete it to the facility's liking, then the Utah people will drop the charges. So Charlie sort of straightens up. But while he's in rehab, he meets this raggedy girl named Eva.
Played by Morgan Saylor.
Oh my God.
Who's in this movie called White Girl from about a decade ago that got a lot of attention. And we reviewed her in Below the Man Down.
Oh my God. This character is so raggedy. And he falls so hard for her. I just don't understand. But when
I guess when people enable each other,
sure. Well, they're in rehab, they can't really do shit. She is kind of kind to him because at a point during the 30-day stint, he wants to run away.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't really stop him, but she kind of distracts him long enough to change his mind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He completes the program.
Wait, does he?
He does, because remember,
then he goes to the halfway
Drake
house.
makes him sign the contract,
mm-hmm.
and then he goes, "Oh, I'm assuming you didn't read, but you can't fraternize with other patients in the facility once you leave. And I know that you're into Eva, so you're restricted, or you're going to break your dad's rule about the Utah charges and whatever."
Yeah.
So he goes to a halfway house or group home
mm-hmm.
run by Common, and he's Travis.
Yes.
But immediately Charlie starts looking for Eva's raggedy ass,
mm-hmm.
goes and sees her, and they start fooling around. His big thing is that he's trying to earn like an overnight pass from the group home.
Mm-hmm.
But the dad is saying no. Like, I don't want him here. I need to focus on my campaign. But the mom figures out a way to get her son an overnight pass. And we see her pull up in her Lexus GX,
mm-hmm.
surprise her son, because he didn't know that he thought he didn't get it.
Right.
She surprises him. And then she hands him the keys and says, "Go have fun at the beach house." We see him drive to this mansion on the beach in what looks like Malibu.
Yes.
But of course goes and picks up raggedy ass Eva.
Mm-hmm.
They have a raggedy ass sex scene.
That was an awkward sex scene.
It was very awkward. And then this bitch post coitus, after clocking him for being a 1 minute man.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even 1 minute. Did she say 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I would have kicked her ass out of my house. Well, my parents' house. Anyway, what does this bitch say? "Oh, can we get a drink?" I see the wine, this mansion in Malibu probably has a full bar, but she's like, "Oh, I saw the wine rack." And then you immediately, why would the mom?
Right. Like your
son is in rehab for addiction and you let him go spend the night in your mansion that has a full bar stocked?
Yeah. Does that make any sense? And then not check on him at all.
Not check on him. But thankfully he's able to
he abstains.
Mm-hmm. That's the word. He abstains. But then they have family night at the group home, and Eva's getting kind of funky. Like, she doesn't want to be with him. And that precipitates.
No, during the family visit, because his mom comes to visit, I was so distracted by the large chunks of, I think, focaccia, some kind of bread on their plates.
You know what's funny? Because I felt like that set design, or whomever's in charge, whatever the job title is, the person who sets like the table, that was so random. But then we get a scene in the Hollywood Hills mansion where there's jelly on the table.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, whoever did that, because they picked that fancy jelly. What is it called?
Isn't it Petite Mama or Bon Mama?
Bon Mama,
Yeah.
that fancy jelly that's like 3 times the cost of Smucker's.
They have some flavors. I have purchased that jam. Yes.
But that's more like a treat.
Yes, that's not.
Because I stick to the strawberry Smucker's preserve in the squeeze bottle.
Well, I don't eat a lot of jam, so when I want something good, I'm going to get with some toast and cream cheese and like some strawberry rhubarb.
Anyway, Charlie's fed up because Eva's kind of saying like, what kind of life is this for us to lead if we're both restricted all the time? So this fool breaks out.
Yeah, she runs away.
And Common tries to stop him.
Oh, and he runs after her, yeah.
But then Charlie's like, I don't care. I don't care about anything. I don't care about the Utah charges. And Common says, there's nothing in your file about Utah charges.
Also, why would he have said that?
Why would you say that? So, of course, now Charlie's like, well, now I'm really leaving because there is no recourse.
Also, it's like, why would I can't believe a man like Common would be, he'd be like, whatever. Dealing with addicts, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm not a rich kid, so a lot of stuff that happens in this movie is like the opposite of how I would have went in my family, because Charlie breaks out of rehab, sneaks back into the house by breaking a window.
Mm-hmm.
The dad
while his parents are home,
just sitting on the couch. I can't believe this amazing mansion didn't have an alarm that set off when the window broke.
Also, those two just sit on that couch like
that. Also, he's like in the final week of his campaign for governor. He's just sitting on the couch, like waiting for the next episode of what's that show everyone keeps asking us to watch? Heated Rivalry is about to come on. Anyway, Cary Elwes gets up, goes to where he thinks the noise is, which is the garage. And what does he find? Charlie about to steal one of the cars.
Uh-huh.
And he just lets him go.
And the mother takes her sweet time getting to the garage, by the way.
My dad would have shot me. Not a fatal shot, but he would have shot me.
If one...
My dad would have shot me. If after all I put him through, then I break into the house and try to steal one of his cars, that Negro would have shot me.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to leave that garage.
Somewhere.
And not be maimed somehow, yes.
But Cary lets him leave. And then when the mom runs up, like, well, was that Charlie? Where'd he go? I don't know. He took the car again.
Same old shit. And then he calls somebody. He's like, I don't want him arrested. But keep an eye on him.
We'll get to it. But anyway, Charlie relapses.
Quite hard.
Because he goes to Eva. She kind of like...
Well, no, he has to track her down. She sells her phone and she's hanging out on Venice Beach.
She's strung out on Venice Beach, like back to her old tricks, literally.
And then he goes and finds her ass and he's like, let's go home. I'm like, what?
What home? You mean your parents' beach mansion?
The halfway house? What are you talking about? And that's where they go.
They go, but then it's like, I don't know, like, do they break up?
I think he realizes that she's no good, yeah.
So he's shaken. So he goes on a bender.
Well... This scene drove me crazy. They sleep at the beach house. He wakes up, she's gone, and 2 empty wine bottles are on the counter.
Yeah.
And he
just pushes them off the counter and breaks them on the floor. And you know what I thought? Oh, this is someone who grew up with a housekeeper. He didn't throw, like, I can understand breaking stuff when you're angry. I mean, I don't do that.
I don't do that either, but
sure. I can see how in anger you would throw something. He wasn't angry. He just casually knocks over 2 wine glasses.
Like my cat
wine bottles.
who needs attention.
Like the cat who needs attention. So it's like, oh, he grew up with a housekeeper.
But it's like that glass, if you've ever had to clean up glass.
Which I have.
And he's walking around barefoot.
But anyway.
Dummy.
He goes on a bender. We see him like, it appears like he's on Skid Row. It's like he's downtown.
Mm-hmm.
He's on Skid Row. He's shooting up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused with what his addiction is.
It's heroin.
The film never like gets nitty gritty into what he was doing.
It doesn't. It just mentions that like his best friend is like fine with, you can do any drugs, but just don't get into that H again.
Right. That's the only mention we get of like what his problem was.
Mm-hmm.
But which seems like for an 18-year-old to have been to rehab a number of times
for heroin.
Like, heroin, Jesus.
Damn.
But anyway, while Charlie is on the streets trying to score, he gets mugged and beat up pretty badly.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows up at the doorstep of his best friend,
mm-hmm.
who I thought looked like if Lucas Haas were a model. And the friend's like, okay, girl, well, come on in. He's like, but you need to go take a bath because you smell like a fat person's ass
in the sun or something.
Who's been walking to. He says something real pointed.
But it's like overwritten.
Right.
Like, okay. And then
he says, well, he treats his friend like how when you break up with a boyfriend and then your buddy is like, let's go out and find some bitches.
Yeah.
So they go to a party.
Well, Nick Robinson freebases in his friend's bathroom.
Oh my God, yes. He freebases before they go out.
And the only reason I know what that is from Soderbergh's Traffic. I've actually never seen that in person, people doing that. But
they are drinking. Then they get back to the apartment and they are doing a comical amount of cocaine. When were we were just talking about, was it Beauty in Black where they do cocaine?
Yeah. What's that movie with J-Lo, the mother? Is that the one where somebody's doing a large amount of cocaine?
No, we were recently talking about some show where they were doing a comical amount of cocaine. Charlie and his friend are doing a comical amount of cocaine.
It's a lot.
When all of a sudden, the friend has clearly overdosed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little confused. I guess I didn't realize like that would happen with cocaine.
Well, if it's laced with fentanyl.
But then what? Charlie's
fine.
He doesn't even look like he's high.
I have a strong constitution.
But I guess if you're a heroin addict, a few bumps of cocaine, I guess, is not going to get it. But
it was more than a few bumps.
Well, right. So the friend drops dead.
Yeah.
We go to the funeral.
He gets the white sheet.
We go to the funeral. Damn. And I guess that's Charlie hitting rock bottom is his friend dying.
Mm.
So we see him go back to the beach house during this time.
Meanwhile, the aside of this you're neglecting is the press has picked up on his behavior.
Oh, that's right. And then we get a press conference in Bakersfield, of all places.
Yeah.
And Cary Elwes saying, like, yes, everyone knows that my family's dealt with addiction issues, but he's completed rehab and he's sober now.
And he supports me 100%, even though...
But then the press has picked up that his best friend has died from a drug overdose. So the news clips we're hearing are like, the people, I don't know if they're going to be able to how do you say? Like, look
over someone dying?
Yeah. Get over it. So then we get the night of the election results and the party, and it doesn't look good for Cary Elwes. So he's basically saying, like, I'm getting my concession speech prepared.
And
then the wife, Charlie's mom, has gotten drunk.
She's a stumble bum. She is at this party.
So I don't know if this was meant to give us an indication of maybe where Charlie...
Yeah, this is how mom deals with dad eclipsing our lives.
But it's so undeveloped.
Yeah.
Anyway, while Cary Elwes and the wife are in the bedroom and he's saying, like, yeah, you know, now that I lost, I do think that we should focus on Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
His assistant runs in, who I thought, you know, bless this actor, but I thought that performance and the way that character is written were terrible.
Yeah, because they were. Yeah.
But he runs in and goes, you won.
We need you, Governor.
You won in Del Norte. How's that possible?
Yeah.
I needed 7%. The guy's like, you actually got like 7.5%.
All of that dialogue is like, ah. And then Cary Elwes, who apparently is playing an actor much like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is known for...
Well, he's known for like Pirates of the Caribbean type role.
It's because he's always saying, yo, ho, ho. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, at one campaign stop, doesn't he say... I wrote it down. Oh, now I can't find it. Yeah, but it's something like that. Like, yo, ho, ho.
Aye, matey.
But anyway, he gives his acceptance speech or whatever. And then he goes to the beach house to find... Oh, he goes, yo, ho, ho, and the battle's begun. Anyway, the final scene of the movie is Cary Elwes goes to the beach house to find his son cleaning up the wine bottles he broke.
Because Nick Robinson walked all night from presumably
oh my God,
the hills to Malibu.
Okay. Do we think...
And threw away that, what was that, a spliff, a cigarette, whatever Ava had given him that he held on to.
Here, we need to talk about that. But first, you brought up the Hollywood... So didn't it look like the parents' mansion was in the Hollywood Hills?
Well, we see them driving off Sunset, so I'm assuming yes.
And then I'm assuming that that home was in Malibu. But how many miles is that?
I mean, probably 10.
I don't know.
He does walk all night long.
He like Celine sings about, kind of. Except she was driving.
I'm trying to look up like it's 33 and a half miles.
Oh my God, it's that much? Okay.
So according to Google Maps, it would be like an 18-hour walk.
Well, okay, that tracks because he breaks the dawn.
You know what? What if you know what? I wonder if they were in Brentwood.
Maybe.
They might have been in Brentwood. I think that mansion, the first mansion.
Oh, well, shit, that makes sense because it probably was it actually, I didn't look up anything. Was it actually Reiner's house that they filmed that?
Oh, I don't know. Either way, this kid walks all night long to get to the beach house. Cary always shows up and tells him that I do love you. I know you don't want to hear this, but I do love you.
I got what I want. Now I'm going to say I love you.
And he said, I think that I always thought I'd rather you be alive than hate me, and hate me than be dead.
Sure.
So that was my approach. And, you know, he's like, a lot of really smart people with desks and degrees told me this is how I should handle you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that messaging because it's like, yeah, or what? Like, well, like, what are you apologizing for? Do you think that you should have just given him whatever he wanted?
Well, the irony is you weren't that tough on him because you should have let him be arrested.
Well, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
But the final moment is he tells his son, like, what does he ask him? Like, what were you running from? Or like,
oh, yeah.
And Charlie's response is, all I ever wanted was a way to kill the noise. And I thought the movie should have started with this. The movie should have started with the dad telling his son. I'm just trying to think of a way to make this interesting because the way this film played out was so standard.
Yes.
Like,
mm-hmm. It's really got nothing to say.
Has nothing to say. Mm-hmm. This character is not remarkable in any way.
I don't believe that in the presentation here. I don't feel like this character is someone who learned anything.
The only interesting thing about this crackhead is his dad is famous.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the movie should have been from the angle of the famous father running for office and how it's affecting him and how he's neglecting him. There's just a more interesting way to tell this story.
Yes. An emotional human one, yeah.
But right, but the way it's told is like, who cares about this kid?
Yeah, not me. I mean...
Okay, at a point, I'm just going to start going through my notes. At a point when Charlie's driving with his best friend in his Jeep to the parents' house in the hills or Brentwood, Charlie starts rapping because the friend is like, well, what are you going to do? What are you good at? Because you have no skills, no education. You have never done anything. You like, what do you think you're going to do? And again, only a rich kid would be like, well, I guess I can rap.
No, girl.
And he starts rapping. And I do have to say,
his flow's okay.
Yeah, while it was a little cringy, it's definitely better than what the Queens on Drag Race give us.
But also no, this is not the road. This is not what you need to be doing.
So Charlie walks out on the intervention, right? So the dad's like, well, I guess you're choosing homelessness. And his friend runs out of the house trying to convince him, like, you need to do this. You need to do this. And just think about it. If you go to rehab now, your dad's going to be so busy with the campaign, like he won't even bother you. Like you need to learn when to choose or pick your battles.
Basically, yes.
So, and then the friend goes, what are you going to do? Go to Skid Row and wave your virgin asshole around? What?
It's probably the best line in the movie.
I wrote down Paul Rush.
Paul Rush.
What does that mean? I was drinking.
Is that a Paul Rudd, Troye Sivan?
I was drinking while watching this movie about addiction. So my notes are all.
Oh yeah, we were drinking, and then I straight up went out after. So
Paul, I don't know why I wrote Paul Rush. At the rehab facility, we find out that they play a couple of movies.
They have three.
One is Zootopia 2. The other one I don't remember.
Was it a Cars movie or something?
Oh, Cars. And then the other one is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Why would they be playing that at a rehab facility?
That seems a little inappropriate. And yes, but it gives the opportunity for someone to do kind of a decent Jack Nicholson impression. But all of that felt very hammy and overwritten as well.
Okay. This whole stand-up comedy thing.
Oh.
It feels so random because I think it's at one point in the rehab center, Charlie's talking to Ava.
Yeah, it's their first time meeting.
And he says something and she's like, well, what is that? Or who is that?
Well, no, he randomly brings up Mom's Mabley. Like, Huh?
What?
What?
And then we get a scene with him later listening to Mom's Mabley on his Walkman.
Who was funny.
And then in the end, at the stand-up well, no, there's a talent show at the rehab center, which is tragic.
To say the least. There are times when this was dipping into, this could easily be a Strangers with Candy episode.
That's why I wrote down, it's like an unfunny, satirical after-school special. Mm-hmm. It could almost be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I almost wrote my pull quote, like, without the jokes. But that's not true, because there are jokes. There are 2 stand-up comedy sets within this movie.
Every time I hear Mom's Mabley's name, though, of course I think of Noxeema Jackson.
Yeah.
And
Mom's Mabley.
Mom's Mabley. But that was kind of like, wait, why is this boy talking about her?
But she's like, who's Mom's Mabley? And he explains who she is. And then she goes, oh yeah, that's me, old, black, and dead.
Oh, that's what's awkward. He tells her that she's like Mom's Mabley. And that's what's so head scratching. Like, what?
Okay, I guess I don't understand. Well, I guess I do understand that they needed inspiration for his stand-up comedy style, because he is kind of crass on stage the both times we see him do stand-up. And I'm assuming they couldn't get the rights to play an Eddie Murphy clip or Richard
Lenny
Pryor
Bruce.
clip or Lenny Bruce or George Carlin or any like more modern reference that would be appropriate for this 18-year-old white rich kid.
Well,
Mom's Mabley?
I mean, to me, an interesting person would know that, but he's not interesting. It's incongruent with the rest of him.
That reference would have confused me if it were an 18-year-old black young lady.
Well, I'd be intrigued. Though.
Like,
I'd
really?
Be like, oh,
like,
okay.
There are so many black female comics who'd be more appropriate for your age range.
Yes.
That would be a reference for you.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like, was the Mom's Mabley clip free? Like it's in the public domain.
Maybe.
And that's why they used it.
Maybe.
I'm not saying I find it offensive. It's just stupid. Like,
it doesn't fit. It sticks out hard.
Because between Charlie rapping, the Mom's Mabley thing, and then the soundtrack is so whack. Because it's all meant to be like, it's 2015, but it sounds like, what's that movie with Anne Hathaway using the word wigger?
Oh, the Barbara Koppel film, Havoc.
Even that, like the music in that movie was kind of whatever.
That movie's terrible.
But that movie was when? 2005?
It was the same year as Brokeback, I think.
The music in this movie from 2015 would feel dated for that 2008 movie.
Well, the thing is, I feel like Nick Robinson is resisting playing how the character might have been written as a white kid that is fascinated by black culture.
Yeah, because I assume
is this
because he's giving wiggerish a little bit.
Well, is it like Chet Hanks? Is that what the vibe was? I don't know.
He probably knows Chet Hanks.
Probably. But
Nick Reiner does.
But so because all of the details we're getting, I'm like, oh, I think what this person is saying is like, oh, I've met these people and they seem a little different than the Robinson portrayal.
I hated the portrayal of Drake, the counselor at the first rehab place. Well, it's not the first; it's the second rehab place. He just doesn't seem good at his job.
He's terrible, yeah.
But again, this feels like the writing
and manipulative,
of an immature 22-year-old trying to describe the people who were trying to help you at the rehab facility.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just feels like this was written by a person who hadn't actually reached a point where they understand that, like, they're not at a point in their journey where they understand what and why and where and how, and so it just feels very juvenile. Okay, Eva, on top of her just being raggedy, she needed to go to a hair salon.
Yes.
I hated her hair.
Well, she just looks like a ragamuffin, and it's like, the film is not because choices were made with how these people are styled, and the film is not in depth enough to suggest what is the actual attraction between these two people.
We get an odd scene at the halfway house where Charlie is cleaning toilets while this other guy, who we had already seen, he did a talent show performance doing like river dance.
They're all kind of on the same trajectory. They're they entered the rehab facility at the same time, and of course have graduated to the halfway house.
But this other guy is telling Charlie a story about how he let someone perform oral sex on him for heroin, and Charlie's confused, like, no, wait, you mean you gave someone a blowjob for heroin? And he's like, no, someone gave me a blowjob for heroin. Wait, so you gave the person heroin? It was so awkwardly written because it's like Charlie not understanding why someone will blow someone for heroin. It's like, hello, some people like sucking dick. Like
they do. That's what you got out of it.
Like,
but it's so hetero. But it's like, hi, haven't you met the dregs of society? How is any of that?
Well, no, you know why yes. But why I was disappointed with that scene is that could have been an opportunity for us to better understand what Charlie has done.
Yeah.
Why are we learning about everyone else except the main character?
Well, because it seems like he holds himself apart. Like, I haven't sucked dick for H. It's like, okay.
Yeah, you didn't have to because your dad is rich.
Yes, you've never
had to do anything.
He supplies you with.
That's why this movie's boring. Like, who wants to see no one wants to see attractive people do well. Okay.
You use your allowance to buy your drugs, sir.
No one wants to see some rich, attractive kid who never had a hard time scoring drugs.
Common does have a funny line in that scene, though, because he comes in and the other kid is asking him a question like, what is he? He starts it off like,
do you think it's gay? And Common goes, if you got to ask, the answer is yes. Which I would agree with. Oh, God. Eva freaking out when Charlie doesn't get the overnight pass because she's acting like, how are we going to have a future? You both are addicts in a program. Like, this one overnight pass is not going to set it. But again, because I'm sure people are screaming like, that's what happens when you're like going through addiction. And
yeah, of course.
But the movie's not giving us that. The movie is not giving us any nuance. It's not going in depth about anything. It's just very basic. Like all these shallow, basic ass people having these problems,
which is fine. Shallow, basic people they do have problems.
Okay, when Charlie does stand up at the group home talent show, his best friend shows up, and what does his best friend do? Record it. And what does his best friend do with the recording? Put it on YouTube.
And
it goes viral-ish. Like, we're told 50,000 people have viewed it.
Viral? Is that viral?
Well, Cary Elwes also is acting like he doesn't understand social media or something. Who's going to be the California governor? But he's like, well, take it down. And his assistant, Uncle Fester, is like, well,
Matt Lucas,
the person who uploaded it has to take it down. Well, reach out to them. And he goes, I don't know. Do you want to reach out to Raw Dogging It 15? What is this?
Dumb, bad comedy. But also, it's like, talk to your goddamn kid. Reach out to your kid and be like, yo, what is this? Do you know who posted this? Could you communicate?
Cary Elwes's performance, because he's British.
He is, yeah.
But he's giving like this mid-Atlantic, it's like very Katharine Hepburn, Betty Davis.
From Connecticut.
Yeah, right? Isn't?
Yeah.
He's doing something that I found distracting.
I think when he's giving his speeches, he's trying to sound, that's his political persona. But even in the private family moments, it's interesting. His hairline was interesting too.
Yeah. I mean, he looks good.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, you already mentioned this, but earlier on in that rehab facility where Charlie met Eva on the night he was going to leave and she distracts him, she gives him it looks like a hand-rolled cigarette.
I don't know what that was.
But then it also looked like a blunt. I didn't understand what that was, and he cherishes it. He keeps it in like
I thought it was her last cigarette because she was already smoking and they shared a smoke. But...
And I know in a lot of movies, we just watched a movie where a guy kept a cigarette and said he wouldn't smoke it until he avenged the death of someone. And then he finally does achieve the thing. And then I think he throws a cigarette.
What's that one with Hilary Swank where she's... Is it called Mother's Milk, where she's carrying around that one cigarette?
Yes. Like, oh God, I forgot about that.
Throw movie. Those away. Just go ask somebody smoking for one.
I recall that movie not being that bad.
It's not. Well, Hilary Swank's a decent actor. Yeah.
This script is so incompetent. Like, it's doing the most basic things and it's not even doing those things well. Like, if you're going to have this symbol of something, you got to explain it. You can't just like show it a few times.
Right.
Like, oh, he carries around this Like, what is that? Like a big ass blunt? What are you carrying around?
But then he throws it away.
He does throw it away.
Realizing that Ava's a dead end.
Man,
Being Charlie.
Ugh.
And then that's the title? That's the title. Being Charlie?
It sounds like a comedy. It sounds like an SNL thing.
I wish that they'd had a sense of humor. They probably would have been much more cathartic for father and son to have directed something called, I don't know, rich drug addicted assholes or something like privileged addicted assholes.
Okay, the themes. I mean, I guess addiction as an illness. I don't think this film portrays addiction with any empathy. Because, first of all, we really don't see Charlie beyond him getting beat up. And that's not shot very well. I mean, you see him getting hit and then you see him stumble and then he shows up at his friend's house and he has like a bloody forehead and lip.
And nose, yeah.
But, you know, addiction is an illness. So, yes, I mean, if you're going into it with that knowledge, then yes, sure. Privilege doesn't prevent pain.
Oh, God.
I mean, sure. Parent-child expectations. Yeah, like Cary Elwes wants to fix his kid. You know, I've said this before and I always get in trouble when I do, but I like to remind people that if you're in my life and you become an addict, I'm not going to be there.
Joseph has no patience.
I'm not going to be there for you. And I think part of the reason is every depiction of addiction is the same.
Well, so, I mean, it's all consuming. Yeah.
So then what I'm going to say is you go through your 3-4 relapses and your 4 stints in rehab and you get clean and do your 12-step program. And once you do all that, then you can come find me again. You're not going to lie to me and steal from me and convince me to do things for you I'm not participating.
Joseph's not answering the door.
I'm not answering the door. I'm not picking up my phone. I'm not giving you $100 to go get a fix because you're sick. I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
No harm reduction from Joseph.
And I'm not saying that like people who are enablers are bad or whatever. That I'm just not doing it. So watching Cary Elwes' character, I felt like probably the character I empathized with the most was the dad, because it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I have a life. I have goals I want to achieve. Mm-hmm. And my wife is expecting me to put everything on hold. I'm running for governor, bitch. Like, I'm running a campaign. We're weeks out. You want me to drop everything to go deal with this kid who's been through this a number of times?
Well, but the thing is that probably was never dealt with properly enough in the first place. But
And then that's a separate conversation. I'm not saying that the dad approached this well. I'm not saying that my attitude about addiction is appropriate, but I do feel like life is hard for everyone on different levels. Yes. I have my own shit to worry about. Can I get a coin for keeping my shit together for 47 years? Can I get something to acknowledge that, like, like, why do I have to bear the burden? Oh, I know people are mad. I'm not a good person.
If everyone had that, if everyone had that attitude, we would be more regressed culturally than we already are, as a species. But somebody's got to care.
I'm not a nurturer, caretaker.
You are not.
I'm not a sensitive person. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know.
I don't know what it's like to. I've had some friends that dealt with alcoholism, but due to various contexts, like, you know,
You stuck around too long.
I did, but I didn't have to like take care of that friend. But but when I was there, I was helpful.
Speaking of the Jenifer Lewis Michelle Obama interview, they have one person call in with a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth watching. I mean, there are so many fun moments, but Jenifer Lewis trying to be serious to answer the question, and she's pensive, and
oh God,
she basically says like, I use tough love because that's how I handle myself. Even though you just spent an hour telling stories that would indicate that you don't take yourself to task at all. But for this moment, for this soundbite,
it's tough love.
Tough love. And I think,
yes, tough love. I can just imagine.
That is me. Like,
tough love?
Well, just Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've
tough love or dismissiveness. What is it?
probably. I don't think it's appropriate necessarily, but
Well,
I just can't be.
We're talking. That's in very hypothetical terms. I doubt you're ever going to have to care for somebody that has drug addiction issues.
I'm sharing this
because I don't.
I'm sharing this because I'm trying to think what this movie made me feel. I was frustrated because there's an opportunity to tell this story in a better way, but at its core, this is not an interesting script.
It isn't, and
you can tell that this rich kid thought, well, I have something to say.
Well, what's unfortunate is this, very so-so film in otherwise kind of spectacular filmography is going to forever now have this morbid curiosity about it. I don't, and
guilty as charged. Sorry.
No, it's just, the circumstances that, happened a decade after this comes out are extremely unfortunate. And, Rob Reiner, from what I understand of him as a person and in his public persona, seemed like a really kind man.
Reading about some background, the film is inspired by Nick Reiner's true experiences with addiction and multiple rehab programs. Rob Reiner took on the project as a way to process his own guilt as a father. Mm-hmm. Many rehab scenes are based on actual treatment center protocols. Nick Robinson was praised for one of his earliest dramatic performances, which I do think he did what he could.
I do too.
And this is interesting. I'm going to try really hard not to mess this up. Ryuichi Sakamoto originally provided music concepts, but the film ultimately used a mix of score and licensed tracks, which is a shame because I'm sure whatever was originally provided would have been better. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is a grounded, emotionally intimate look at addiction.
It's, those movies where people play themselves in harrowing, like there's that TV movie with Joan and Melissa Rivers where they're kind of processing the death of her husband and her and Fantasia Barrino's Life is Not a Fairy Tale. It's like, these seem like they should be watched just by you at home.
This fails at showing teenage addiction. Mm-hmm. This like in a meaningful way. It fails at showing the complicated parent-child relationship and how it's hard to like give that tough love and not be there and let go and then like the painful path to recovery. Where is that in this movie?
He seems from one scene to the next, he's changed.
I mean, is he? Like, I don't even know what the resolve. I mean, there is no resolve, right? Like, addiction is not cured, but it's like, what if? Also, we just reviewed the film "Is This Thing On?" about a man who processes.
I thought of that briefly.
Like his divorce by doing stand-up, starring Will Arnett, which I thought was quite good.
Well, and also even Song Sung Blue about the Hugh Jackman is an alcoholic, and it's through music that he's able to remain sober.
It's like those are two movies that are good examples of how to show like. I just don't understand why Being Charlie didn't focus more on the stand-up and how that's helping him process.
You know why? Because
his feelings.
Because the screenwriters were not stand-up, so that was just a ploy, and they probably couldn't write that much comedy. And also, a lot of, like Will Arnett in Is This Thing On? I'm sure a lot of that was off the cuff too, because he is a comedian.
Yeah.
So Nick Robinson is not. So they would have required some skilled writing to incorporate that as an element. But and again, like he has a big poster of Lenny Bruce. Like I don't know. It's like lean into somebody. He can't be Mom's Mabley, even though that's the prize-winning reference. But yeah, I don't know. Just develop his persona. It's not.
What would you give Being Charlie?
Unfortunately, I'm giving it a 1 because there's really nothing good.
I'm going to give it 1.5 because it is a competently made movie. Like the cinematography,
it is
actually not all the audio. There's one during the rehab stint when they're doing group therapy. I thought some of the audio was weird.
The group therapy.
There's one guy who doesn't have
a tooth.
He definitely has less than 28 teeth in his mouth, and he likes to do Jack Nicholson impressions inspired by One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But I thought I don't know. I mean, it's not the most poorly constructed thing I've seen. And I do think Nick Robinson and even his friend have a nice dynamic.
Sure.
So for that reason, I think I would give it 1.5. But I do think this movie is a failed piece of art.
I think watch anything else Rob Reiner has directed.
Watch
instead.
like 3 episodes of Strangers with Candy.
Or anything he starred in. First Wives Club, Throw Mama from the Train. Like, but yeah, it felt like this... Again.
Well, I mentioned Strangers with Candy because I feel like watching Jerry Blank is a more sobering depiction of what addiction can do,
right?
than this movie. All right, what do we have coming this week? I know we have reviews for Song Sung Blue, Anaconda, and Marty Supreme.
Oh, you can drop.
You
can drop Marty now.
Oh well, maybe I'll drop Marty.
It came out today. It expands next week.
Oh well. You're going to get Marty sooner than you think. And I think I'm going to try to watch No Other Choice.
Yes, that's
for a video review.
That's must see, yeah. We have a couple last reviews for the year.
Okay.
We're going to probably do Testament of Van Lee and
Pilion. I'm watching, but that doesn't come out until next year, right?
No, but we have it. And The Plague, which is excellent.
Oh, with Edgerton?
Yeah. I think you'll really like The Plague, actually.
I don't always trust you, but
you will. You'll dig it.
What's new? And then what are you reading?
I'm hopefully finishing Patti Smith's Just Kids this week.
Did you finish Dances with Wolves?
Last of the Mohicans? No, because I had to abandon that for a short while to read this Patti Smith memoir, who is fascinating. I do really like it because it's all about her relationship with Mapplethorpe, and it's fascinating, for somebody that...
We'll save it for the podcast.
Oh, sure.
Or save it for the Patreon. Okay. If you want to hear Nick talk about Patti Smith, then join Patreon.
Okay, but I like her.
But I'm glad to hear that you are enjoying your efforts. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Don't do drugs.
Yes, don't do that.
And don't drink and drive.
Absolutely not, yeah.
And avoid trans fat. Oh my God, Luscious Massacre. Her newest video, she's in like a Japanese dollar store. And she's like talking about some food snack she picked up, and she's going through the ingredients, complaining about how there are no nutritional facts. And she's like, trans fat? Well, that's me.
We totally forgot to mention we were in Little Tokyo on Tuesday.
What? Oh, no, we weren't in Little. Oh, we were in Little Tokyo. Yeah, we went to...
Come on, Celine. It's all coming back. Yeah.
We went to a holiday party for a publicist.
Yes.
Who we know. Who's very kind to us.
Yes, he is. And we went bowling.
Well, we were at a bowling alley.
I bowled a little bit.
You did bowl. Because you put on the shoes. You put on the shoes and wore those ugly ass shoes the entire night and never bowled.
I know.
And then finally... someone was like, you got to bowl, but you had already put on your street shoes.
Yeah.
So ultimately you bowled with street shoes.
Yeah,
on.
I did.
I didn't bowl.
And I had 3 gutters and then 1...
spare.
No. What do you call when you get them all at once?
You didn't get a strike, did you?
Yeah, I did. I got a strike.
Oh, I thought you got a spare.
No, I got a strike.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
It was gutter strike, gutter.
And they had food. Oh, no. We drank quite a bit. Well, I did.
I had 3 beers, and then that little man that kept bringing the drinks, because we weren't paying for shit, suggested we get shots. And why did we say yes? You didn't drink yours, though.
Hell no.
I drank mine.
Well, I don't drink tequila. And I was already drunk off that wine.
He was like, do you guys want tequila shots? I'm like,
he was cute. And for the life of me, I cannot think of who he reminded me of. But he was very LA to me. Like,
he was
like,
nice.
Like good looking, but like working as a server. But clearly this is not what they want to be doing. And kind of had like a personality.
Yes, actually.
Yeah. All right. We've talked for a long time.
But that bowling alley was in a mall. That was very interesting.
Oh, yes. We need to go back to that mall.
Yeah, I want to eat there.
Actually, let me...
The top floor where the bowling alley is has all these really interesting looking restaurants.
Yeah, there were a lot of Japanese like sushi places. There was Korean barbecue. There were a lot of really cute places in this plaza that's on Alameda and 3rd in downtown LA, like the Arts District.
Yes.
Well, if anyone wants to take us to one of those restaurants, they can apply.
Well, okay. I was thinking we could just go, but anyway.
Or that. Okay, I'm tired. All done?
Done.
Ta-ta.